welcome to the creative group meeting. As Naomi, can I share my screen?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Welcome everyone to the creative group meeting for the month of July. In fact, we are just completing 1 year this month, having formed the creative group in July last year. And during this period, we have had actually a lot of work, a lot of creative work that was shared amongst us, and a lot of work in terms of educating and learning through each other's experiences over this period of time. So for the benefit of those who are not members of the creative group and the members of the PSSL society, PSSL, as well as those who are joining us because of this after this related presentation today, let me very briefly take you through some things that have happened. The creative group was actually formed to share our knowledge with each other in terms of creative work, and also to be critiqued by the members, critiqued by the others, so that we can learn from each other. And there were certain guidelines and framework within which we worked, and it worked very, very well. I think during this period of 1 year, we have gained a lot, we have learned a lot, and we have shared a lot. In the things that have happened in this year, despite the lockdown, despite the fact that we couldn't meet personally, physically, we didn't have a single meeting, a physical meeting, but we have had a lot of work that have happened in the background. We have had creative challenges that were shared with the members, and the members were expected to work on them and share their pictures on a WhatsApp group, on the Facebook group. And each other members also shared their thoughts about how to improve the pictures that were presented. This was during the serious lockdown situation the last year, and then we continued with various techniques that we used to do creative work, either using the camera, using setups, or using post-processing. We had challenges where we had to post before and after pictures of what you have originally taken, and after doing certain amount of post-processing. We ran a program called the Demystifying Photoshop for the creative group. This was targeted towards the photographers, and from the photographer's perspective, how to use Photoshop and to introduce Photoshop to the newer members or people who are not very familiar with Photoshop in their day-to-day creative editing work. We had different challenges coming up. We had a very interesting challenge where we wanted 5 words and 5 images. Then we had 1 light, 5 images, very different to each other. We had altogether 8 different presentations during the month, during the period. The first one was done by Manju, then it was followed by, I think, Laya. Then Philip, George did that in October. Mahin followed in November. Thereafter, we had a very interesting presentation by Naomi on food photography, followed by Sandeep on his creative work. Then thereafter, we had Ruchira Singh doing another one on his creative activities. Thereafter, we had Mahinda Jeevananda, one of the award-winning photographers, sharing some input about creative work and what the creative thinking process is in doing creative designs or creative photography. We also had 2 sessions with about lighting. One was done by Mitra, and thereafter I followed it with another one once again during the lockdown period in the recent, I think it was in May period. So basically that's what we have done, and we are now coming into the second year of our creative groups activities, and we need to rethink and rehash what we are doing and bring in more members if possible who are interested in creative photography and to help each other in developing. Maybe Naomi, you can take over from there.
Yes.
And if anyone is interested in joining creative group, please contact Naomi and she would be able to help you with that as well.
Right. So that comes to today's presentation. Thank you, Sam. That comes to today's presentation, which will be done by again another than Sam. So I'm sure Sam does not need an introduction. Instead, let me take a minute to thank on behalf of the whole PSSL Creative Photography Group to thank you, Sam, for leading the group during the past year and organizing an action-packed year for us. I'm pretty sure personally me and others also learned a lot from Sam, especially from your Photoshop sessions, which we had a couple of months back. So today, Sam will be talking about if y'all were a part of the AGM, which was held about 2 weeks ago. At the AGM, we announced the Capture This last season's winners. And Sam sort of grabbed all 4 gold medals out of 5 gold medals, other than the gold medal for wildlife section. All the other 4 sections, open color, open mono, assignment color, and assignment mono, all 4 sections, gold medals were grabbed by Sam. So today he's going to talk to us about his approach, his preparation, planning towards the Capture This competition, and also the benefits and what to expect, what not to expect by taking part in this competition. So without taking much time, I'll open the floor again to Sam. Sam, over to you.
Thanks, Naomi. It was definitely a surprise to me when I heard that I had won all 4 medals. It was not planned. It was not expected, but it was really something that I cherish to have won all 4 gold medals as well as the trophies. Well, and also I think I need to thank Laya for having suggested that I do some a session about how to do this, capture this submissions and how to what I did and what I suggest to other members that they should do to be shared amongst the PSSL members. So let me take you through my way of doing what I did and how I did it. It was not an idea.
Go ahead. Sam, with your permission, I hope that you will actually give this presentation without keeping the Gurumushti here.
Well, I would love to take you through all the processes that I did in creating the work, but unfortunately, it might take a month of Sundays, and unless you all are patient enough, I can definitely do it. But let me share with you some thoughts and some pictures. First and foremost, I didn't plan to win the Capture This. I used it for a different purpose. I will explain it as I go on. I have been taking part in Capture This for a long period of time. I joined the PSS, and you might ask, what is this creative expressions? What does that mean? So let me start from the beginning, very, very beginning. Like in music, let's start from the very beginning. I joined the PSSL in 2008 as a student in photography. And one of the benefits that we had was a 6-month temporary membership of the society during the period of our classes. We were also allowed to take part in the monthly competition. It was not called Capture This at that time. It was called the monthly competition, members competition. There were 4 sections: open color, open mono, assignment color, and assignment mono. I was very enamored with this idea of taking part in competitions and started submitting. And unlike today, all the submissions had to be print submissions. So anything that you wanted to submit as for the competition had to be printed on 8x12 or 10x15 paper and submitted. At that time, I didn't know very much about Lightroom, nor did I know anything about Photoshop. But I was very keen. I started submitting. It was a time-consuming affair and a very costly affair as well. The judging was done during the meeting by some veteran members, and sometimes on and off we used to get external members or external photographers coming in to do judging. They would go to a corner, look at the pictures. They had their own way of judging. They would have their own arguments. At the end of the session, they would come back and show these pictures on an easel. What was accepted were shown on the easel. The rest were virtually thrown away. And it was very heart-wrenching for me to see majority of my work being thrown away like that. I never got a single mark in the first few months. Then I got my very first point for this picture. This is my very first picture accepted at the monthly competition. A picture which we took as students at the Vihara Mahadevi Park. And I liked the way, the expression, the smoke, and the way the guy was handling his cigarette, all that. Judging went on, and I heard a lot of commotion there. There was a lot of argument going on, and then we were waiting for the final results to be announced. And right at the end, this picture was taken up and hung on the easel. And once again, the judges started the argument. And one of the very senior veteran members of the society started criticizing the others, saying that this should not get not even one single point. I was very happy, but at the same time, I was getting frustrated, and I'm feeling very bad that my picture is now being shred to pieces because that particular gentleman did not agree with the final assessment of this picture. Fortunately for me, there was an external judge, Ms. Manika van der Putten, who argued and insisted that this must be given 1 point. So that is my starting point. So this is the very beginning. Thereafter, I continued to submit. I didn't plan to win, but I was trying to actually compete against the veterans who were taking part. There was Chandrasena Perera, there was Chandra Piyasena.
Sam, sorry to trouble you, Sam.
Yes.
Are you sharing your screen? Are you showing us?
Yes. Is it not?
No, we don't see the screen, Sam.
Oh, I'm sorry. Let's see.
Yeah, it's coming up now.
It's coming up, is it?
Yes.
Oh, sorry about it. So, well, I said, do re mi. Let's start from the very beginning. So this is the very beginning of my capture this progress. And today, looking back, I can see that there are flaws in it, that I could have done it much better. I've learned a lot since then. I continue to submit pictures, but never won anything as such. But over this period of time, it was not a continuous effort in my submitting because there were sometimes objections because I was the secretary of the society or the president of the society. I couldn't take part. Or there was objections because I was giving the topics, I was barred from taking part. So there were situations like that. But still, I must say that this particular situation in winning all 4 is not a flash in the pan as such, because I remember the first time when Ravi got 4 gold medals in that year, in that particular year. I can't remember which year it was. I had 3 bronzes and 1 silver. So, but still, again, I was actually not looking at the medals or the winning, but I was trying to develop my creativity and my photography. Thereafter, the PSSL changed to digital submissions at some point in time, I think in 2012 or whatever. And this is a picture that I took in India, and I wanted to submit this, but I felt that the framing was not right. The guy on the right was not needed in the picture. The left side was not required. So I thought the frame that I needed to submit was this. And I edited out the offending bottle that was there in the background and submitted this picture. guess what happened? Everyone was actually going, oh, and all that, because the ambience that I actually had captured was visible in the picture that I submitted. But to my surprise and everybody else's surprise, the judges did not give high marks. I can't even remember whether I got any marks for this. Thinking about it at that time, I thought maybe 2 is not a good number to present. 3 is what you normally submit. If there are 3 people in the picture, and these 2 people, the vendors were looking at somebody, but the third person wasn't there. But later, during the discussion, one of the judges actually pointed out a very interesting point. The offending point, the reason was that red-colored Coca-Cola crate. He said, your eye goes there, and this is because of that, this picture is not worth it. We learn every day. And then I continued to submit for the capture this, and thereafter I also submitted, at the same time I used to submit for the annual competition, PSSL annual competition. Once again, those were print exhibitions, and I wanted to submit this picture. And in our family, 3 of us were taking part, and it became an even more costlier affair, more costlier than the entry fees, because we had to print 3 sets of pictures for each of us. And some years, I think we were spending about 12,000 rupees to get the pictures printed. And this particular picture, and we were doing it at the last moment, this particular picture, when I got the print to my hand, I was horrified because the colors were completely out. It was not the same colors that you see on the screen. And I unfortunately didn't have anything else to submit because I had selected and printed only what I wanted, and anyway submitted this. Guess what happened? I won the best member award at the competition for this picture, which I thought was not right. But something was there. So these are experiences that I actually gathered initially for the capture this. There are things that we learn, because it's not winning a point, it is not winning a medal, but learning and improving your photography. The few things that I learned and that I continued to use thereafter are, first thing is that all our pictures are not always good enough. There is something that you can improve on them. And you have to be careful. There's these improvements. Sometimes I see the improvements go haywire, and the improvements actually end up causing damage to the picture that you're submitting. The third point is that what we see and the others see, or the judges see, are completely different. As far as I'm concerned, and majority of our members are concerned, our pictures are either travel or street photography. And when we submit, question, is there a narrative in that? Is there a story? And then when you're submitting, look at the theme. If you're submitting for the monthly assignment, are you complying with the theme's requirement? Is the technique that you have used correct? And the technicalities, when I say technicalities, the color, the sharpness, and so many other things that go along. Have you done that correctly? Even if you have done that, do you think that picture is good enough to come into a competition? Remember that this is a competition. If it is still not good enough, how can you tell a story or improve that picture? Well, I realized that first thing that you need to do is I was actually initially very reluctant to do any Photoshop work. First, because I didn't know. The second, I thought that we are photographers. We are not editing artists. We don't want to edit pictures. But I realized that however much good a photographer you are, and however much a good camera that you have, the pictures that you come out with can be improved, and there's definitely a need to adjust them, edit them, at least to some degree before you submit for a competition. If it is just for sharing on social media, it is fine, but if you're looking at competitions, you need to improve on them. So thereafter, I started actually doing various things to improve my pictures. And since I don't do very much of setups or portraits or anything which I have to do setting up, bulk of my pictures come from my street or travel photographs. So therefore, I have to do something to make it different, to make it stand out, to make it more interesting for people and especially the judges to see. So that's how my creative expressions actually started to come by. And I spent a fair amount of time understanding and learning Photoshop, and also using the large, I don't know how many pictures I have captured over this period of 10 or 11 years that I have been into photography, using them, going back into my archives and bringing them back and making them alive again. My approach, I do a few creative setups. I do single image manipulations. I do fair bit of composites, and I always continue to experiment on various techniques and photographic methods. I will share some pictures and explain very briefly. I'm not going to go into very much details today, but if there are questions, please keep a note and we'll come back to those pictures later, because I have a fair bit of pictures to show you to encourage the other members that these are things that can be done. End of the session, I will also share some additional information about Capture This and what to do and what not to do, what to expect and what not to expect. And obviously, you can ask any questions at the end of the session. My creative setups, I do a fair bit of creative setups when it comes to the Capture This. This I actually started relatively recently, and this was done. The theme was actually, for the assignment, was water droplets. And the conventional thinking would be go out, take a picture of a flower or a leaf with a water droplet. If the water is not there, spray some water and take a picture. But I wanted to do something different. I wanted to capture the reflection of a flower on that droplet that is falling. And I set it up, and it was actually done in my office. The second picture for that, again, was done in office, but I wanted to replicate that on the same picture. Not one droplet, but several droplets with several reflection in each of those droplets. This is the second one. And there was a series of things that I did with this. Then there was a theme for the theme was books. And in 2018, actually I did, or 2018 or 2018, 2019, I didn't take part in Capture This because I was busy. And when I came back to 2019, 2020, the theme, one of the themes was books. And because I had actually been out of this creative mindset for a period of 1 year, I had a kind of a block. And I had this cup, a mug, that said ideas on a break. I started thinking on that lines and then started assembling various bits and pieces of items that I had, and took this again, once again, I took this in my office. The second picture is, this is one of the pictures that I submitted for the monochrome category in the same, for the same theme. We have all sorts of photography books. We read them, we understand them, but we have cameras and we have all sorts of equipment. So I put them all together and came out with this creation for the competition. This was a very, very bold move that I did actually recently. The theme was movement, and the narration given was submit an image where one dominant element or subject is moving while everything else seems still. Now we do a lot of panning. We take pictures panning. There you get the one subject frozen, the rest of it is moving. Now this is completely opposite. And I started thinking, how do I make it different? And thinking about it, one morning I got up and I thought, okay, I'm going to do a self-portrait. Once again, as I said, a bold movement, because I'm showing my face in the picture that I'm submitting to the Capture This. But I did it, and In fact, this got the highest marks for that particular theme. Incidentally, majority of the people who submitted for the Capture This that particular month's theme got it wrong. They submitted painting, and judges were very generous. They gave marks, points, but we fail to understand. We fail to read and understand the nuances in the theme that is given to you. So it's very important to understand what is given if you're submitting for the monthly competitions thematic assignment. I do take few photographs, and these are setups. This is set up during broad daylight with one flash and a bit of post-processing to come up with this. This was done in my office with two lights. This gentleman came one day with his brother, and he came along with this guitar, and he had long hair. He's a musician, as you can guess. And Kaumini enticed him to remove his chair and sit for a portrait session. Came up with some interesting pictures. These are two of them. Once again, these were submitted for the monthly competition and won points. Different years, I can't remember which year. All. And I have a model who sits for me once in a while, and once again submitted for the Capture This as well. This is one of my latest files and successes, I would say, trying to capture silhouette. I don't know whether everyone sees what I've captured. Any feedback?
That's Kaumini.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So these are things that you can try out, because just don't submit pictures just for the sake of submitting. Different, because variation also matters in submitting for competitions. Then I do a lot of single image manipulations. Sometimes they get mistaken for not layering, but for multiple exposures or composites. This was a picture that was taken in Negombo at one of the sessions that we had for PSSL. In the color format, it didn't actually do any justice to the picture. Then I started to convert it to monochrome, then gave it a blue tinge, and then made it a kind of an arty kind of a thing. And then this, not only at Capture This, but also in a few international competitions, this was accepted. This, once again, was one of the pictures that I took at Vihara Mahadevi Park as a student. Very nice expression, but I didn't capture well enough. There was a noise. But the same man, same picture, when I do a bit of Photoshop magic in stuff like this, it gets accepted at international competitions as well as the Capture This. This little girl was actually sitting on her mother's lap, captured and then give it a little bit of airy feeling. Once again, highly, I got fairly high marks for this as well in the Capture This. Those who have been to Holi, you know what a fantastic thing that is. And I have done a fair bit of single image manipulations with Holi images. This is one of them, accepted at PSSL Capture This and the annual competition, plus I think 2 other international competitions. This was once again Capture This plus the international competitions. This I haven't submitted for international competitions yet, but this was accepted at the PSSL Capture This recently or last year. And the judges thought this was two images, but it was actually one single image, but I had manipulated in such a way that it looks as if I have made a composite picture. Contrasting looks, one person a bald head with all sorts of color and a long beard, the other person with a fair bit of black hair and scratching his head. So beautiful settings for one to capture. Well, this was taken around 6:30, 6:15 in the evening in Singapore while on the flyer. But I have done a lot of manipulations in this, and this came in for monthly competition as well as 2 or 3 international competitions. Few minutes later, another frame from my series, but manipulated differently. Once again, accepted that both capture this as well as in the international competitions. So it's, if you just take your, if I just take the frame from the pictures that I have taken and submitted it, it wouldn't have even caught the eyes of the judges, nor would have it got any points. Now, these are some other interesting images. These are single images, but I have treated them as HDR images to give it depth and the 3D-dimensionality. A technique I developed, I've tried out on a couple of images. Once again, accepted that capture this with some high marks. Once again, single image, HDR effect. Single image, HDR effect again. So you can actually start working on doing different things with the images, which otherwise wouldn't make any sense out of a picture, but you can create them to pop by doing some amount of manipulations. This was a picture that I took in Trinco. Risky picture because I almost lost my camera. And this is the second manipulation that I have done out of 2 different frames, and enhanced. You have to enhance your colors to get the pictures to pop. Unfortunately, we don't see very much of these dilapidated items or things in Sri Lanka, but in other countries you get many. Once again, a very bold move. The theme, this was done for the monthly competition. The theme was picture in picture. This was taken in Dambulla, Diabubula. The picture in the background is actually an artwork done by late Lucky Seranayaka. And the person seated in front is a famous photographer and member, Mahinda Jeevananda, who was also there, and taken with the available light. I manipulate, now the picture in picture, I could have submitted it straight off because there is a picture in the background, picture in the, and there's a picture in the picture. But I did enhance it by actually pulling out part of that and making to look as if it is superimposed 2 different images. Once again, this was accepted at PSSL Capture This. I think it won a medal, if I'm not mistaken, in one of the local competitions, international competitions. This again is a single image, but a lot of people mistake it for 2 images or multiple images. But I have treated it differently so that I pull the man's figure out from the background. While shooting also, I did some amount of blurring, but I've done post-processing to pop this person out. Once again, accepted in the PSSL as well as local competitions and international exhibitions. This, I think in 2019, in the PSSL annual competition, this was in the main banner, though it was not even not an award-winning picture. In the color format, it didn't actually come out so well. So I converted it to monochrome and added a little bit of smoke into it and corrected the perspective. Accepted at the Capture This international competition plus a few other competitions as well. This was a picture taken in Mexico, 1 frame, but I have manipulated it to give this yin-yang effect. Moved the subjects, removed subjects, done all sorts of things. Once again, it was accepted at the PSSL international competition. This was one of my, once again, a manipulation, shot in color, but I gave it a high key effect in monochrome. And a lot of people thought this is actually shot as a monochrome high key. It was not. It is the color picture enhanced and later converted to monochrome and converted to a high key effect. So there are lots of things that you can do even with one single image. Why I showed that those is to encourage you all to look at what you can do with your pictures rather than just submitting a picture as a picture. Composites is, I think, my favorite area, and I have done a fair bit of them. This is one of my very, very first attempts at doing a composite. It was accepted and got reasonably high marks in the Capture This competition, but I never submitted it to international competitions. I think there are 3 or 4 layers of different images in this, done about almost 8 years ago. Once again, 2 different images taken at 2 different places. The background in this picture is actually from the Castle Hotel, which is no longer there in Slave Island. I had a chance to go in once, and the girl was captured in one of our sessions at PSSL 727 in Negombo. Same girl I used in a different image and used the Richmond Castle as the background, and this actually got accepted at Capture This as well as in one of the international competitions. The previous picture I never submitted. I actually was experimenting with that. So you can always use the same part of an image and then create different looks and images, right? This was again for this Capture This monthly theme, books. I created this in my office. I took a picture of the book. I took a picture of the bulb. I had a picture of a man climbing a ladder, and I titled this Seeking Knowledge. So different manipulations, different artistic thinking and interpretations. The same girl who would appear in several pictures, composed as this, and then it appeared in the PSSL international competition as well. Once again, superimpose something, and then you'd start creating different looks, different views, and this is different from the normal pictures that you normally see. So therefore, you, if you're submitting for competitions, there's a chance that they may get accepted or they may even get awards. Same girl in a different pose taken at the PSSL with the picture of a train taken in Dematagorda. Once again, for the Capture This, I can't remember the title. I think the title was Midnight Express. This was again accepted for the international competition next in 2018 or 19. Singing in the Rain, encouraged by something that happened at home. If Mahinda is there, he might remember what this is all about. I can't go beyond that without disclosing too many details. The background is actually from Hambantota, and the girl was taken in Negombo, the lamppost from somewhere else. So you can manipulate all these things and come up with images. Of course, there are other enhancements I could have done, but this was in my preliminary stages of doing composites. Once again, that gentleman whom I took, the musician, background from a different setting for the Capture This, and won fairly high marks again. 2 different images from what is this place called in Horana, Paduka area. The monks were coming down the steps, and the tree is somewhere within the same vicinity, but these are 2 different pictures. This is taken. This was the main picture was actually taken in one of the operas that we had in Colombo, and just put the Christmas tree in the background so that I get a triangular shape, and then did a lot of enhancements to colors and also to pull out these square-shaped details out. Once again, done for the Capture This itself. Devil dancing pictures from three different pictures are involved in this, plus a layering that was used. So in total, there are 4 pictures in this one image as a composite. This picture was submitted for the monthly competition, but because it was accepted at a different local competition before the judging of the monthly competition happened, I had to pull this out. So I never actually submitted this formally, got any points, or it was pulled out from the competition without being judged, because there is a rule to say that you cannot submit something which is already accepted. So I had submitted before. Once again from Holi, 2 different images, but compiled to give us kind of a whimsical kind of a feeling as to what's going on. Colors are to, give a feeling of what the Holi festival is all about. Once again, the picture-in-picture theme. Here I have actually used 3 different pictures in the image. I've used the background, the Queen's Hotel background, converted part of it into monochrome. I also had a picture taken in the night, which I had, and also I took a picture of my hand. And in the final image, you see as if I'm holding it, but I never held the picture as such, but I composited it in such a way that it looks as if I was holding it. Once again, done for the monthly competition. The 2 girls were captured in Negombo. The background is from Trincomalee, compiled and then composited so that it got accepted and got high marks at the Capture This Plus at the international competition, as one of the international competitions as well. One of my, I think this was done last year from my archives from Thailand. So you can actually start compositing images, but you have to have a relationship between the main subject and the background, and otherwise it looks as if just two pieces are slapped together. Once again, composite. This was accepted at the PSSL 64th, I think, picture taken in Thailand. Sorry, Vietnam. This was also submitted for the monthly competition. I can't remember, was it this year or last year? The theme was, I think this year, the theme is rustic. The old rustic vehicle was captured in Avisavella, the house in Nuwara, and there are 3 other components that I have inserted into the picture to come out with this final effect. So when you do a composite, there has to be some sort of a relationship and meaning to the final outcome. 2 images captured in Vietnam. I called it the Vagabond. Once again accepted in the PSSL Capture This Plus an international competition as well. Once again, a recent composite from pictures taken in Vietnam to show the street life in the background and the traditional dress code in the Vietnamese people. Taken in the Tea Factory Hotel in Nuwara, Kantapala. 2 different images. I wanted to actually give some sort of I wanted to bring out a lot of color, and I have changed colors, I have added colors. A bit of unusual picture, unusual composite for me, because I'm not inclined to do that kind of color in my normal composites. But once again, done for the monthly competition. These are not yet submitted, but will be coming up soon. Bearded expressions. Once again, that old man in a different pose, a different picture. And the background image is also from the Viharamadevi Park, the little girl crying on the old train that was there, train engine that was there. Once again from Vietnam, I call this the Evil Eyes because the background picture, it's actually a picture, an artwork which I found in one of the palaces or whatever they call it, and a lady with very nice kind of a look on her face, whereas the king or whoever is there is staring at her. Kind of opposites taken in Vietnam again. The expressions of the two ladies, one very grumpy and I think life is not treating her very well, whereas the other lady is all smiles and despite her age and her situation. Two different contrasting expressions. This is my wife taken in Dovalawe, now standing on the bridge at Golface with the background, I think taken, I can't remember, in Riverstone, I think, yes. KIS, free and, but I can't remember the title I gave to it, but free as the wind, I think, yeah. The old man taken in Kaduganna with one of the old dilapidated engines from Dematakoda. Once again done pretty early in my compositing exercises way back in 2008-9, I think. From the 2014 Aurudu, whether we had a composite with two different pictures and the Castle Hotel in the background with that old man in a different pose. This was accepted both at the PSSL captured this and two international exhibitions. This one is actually a composite of several images, one from Malaysia, one from Australia, and a few pictures taken in one of the stage plays in Sri Lanka. Sometimes I actually do different composites of using the same set of images. I did 3, I'm showing 2. This is the one that I submitted for the monthly competition. And this is the one I submitted for the international competition. So this was actually accepted in a couple of exhibitions as well. This was only done for the monthly competition. I had 3 different iterations of the same group of people, same background, same man in the face with a face mask. So try to do different things and then you might come up with something which you like or others like. Once again, a fairly old composite, yeah, probably 2 years old. The boat was taken in India, just behind the Taj Mahal. The background is from Polonnaruwa. This is the same old man that was near the taken in the with the Dematakoda old dilapidated train, and the background from somewhere in Mana. This didn't do too well. It was accepted at the monthly competition, but it didn't do well in the international competitions. So I lost interest in that. This is a composite with a few different images taken at different places. I'm posting this to actually warn you all or to tell you all something. This was submitted for the monthly competition. And guess what? This is a monochrome image, though it is red. And the judges mistook this for a color image. And they just threw it out. Despite my trying to convince them and tell them and educate them what monochrome definition stands for, it was not accepted. So I probably lost a few points in the last competition, which had actually won the gold medal. So even if you lose out in 1 or 2 images, you can still if you get good marks, you can still win a competition. But why I'm submitting this is try to understand what the definitions are. Sometimes judges also can make mistakes. And if the judges make mistakes, you can't do anything about it. But monochrome is when you color a monochrome image with one single color, falls into the monochrome category. So remember that and study that. It will come in handy. And when you study photography and when you review or critique images, try to understand what the definitions are. Now, the same background that I showed you earlier with a different man, this came up very highly, I think, in the capture this and got accepted in an international competition as well. I can't remember whether it got an award or not. kind of a very arty kind of a composite that I did recently with 3 different images, the silhouette of the tree and the back, the floor, the ground from Aurelia, the horseman from Mexico, a statue, and a few birds in the sky taken somewhere. I can't remember where it is. So composite, made a composite to look kind of an arty kind of a thing. Different experiment that I was carrying out. Obviously, Dalita Maligawa composite with a drummer taken inside the Dalita Maligawa. Just I had a lot of time on my hands during the last year lockdown. So these are some of the composites that came out. Once again from the opera. I haven't submitted this for international competitions, but the monthly competition, I think there was a lot of discussion I heard about this particular one. And one comment had been that everyone is looking at the man and except for one person looking somewhere else. And it would have been lovely and various things. So, which I didn't actually notice. So you have to actually observe what is going on in the picture when you submit. A very recent creation. I saw something that was done by somebody else overseas. And I was trying to see, okay, figure out how can one do it and what can I do with sort of thing. And came out with this. It's a composite with 2 different images only, but I have manipulated in such a way that it looks as if the train is moving fast and I have panned it, kind of thing. This lady again with the plane in the background from Koggala, accepted at the international competition and also at the monthly competition. In fact, this particular year where this was accepted, I had in total 9 acceptances out of my 12 submissions, including 2 FIAP honorable mention ribbons. And this is one of the acceptances. This is the second one. I don't know whether I have all the 9, but few are there. This is the third one. Picture taken of people on cycles and motorcycles in Vaunia with a gusset plate from a bridge in somewhere down south to show the hard life that they were going through. This was also accepted and displayed at the PSS exhibition. One of my favorite creations, Searching for Solace, took almost 3 months to come up with the final version of this. Once again, accepted an honorable mention for this at the PSSL. An image which I think has about 15 different components going into this. The man is different, the suitcase is different, the dog is different, the lady is different, the lamppost is different, the sky is different, the background is different. There's a layer. So there are about 15 different components that have gone into this final composite. Once again, got a honorable mention FIAP at the PSSL exhibition. Composite with 2 images about the impermanence of life. How are we faring for time, Naomi? Naomi?
It's 7:30, Sam. Shouldn't be a problem.
Can I take about 5 more minutes or so?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Thank you. I also do thank you. I also do a bit of experimentation with my photography. I'll show you something so that to encourage you all to also, if you think it is interesting to work on. Now this is kind of a pseudo long exposure. What I've done is I have taken a picture. I have extracted the main subject and put in a different sky, and then using Photoshop I have elongated the sky to give it kind of a moving movement in the sky, like a long exposure. This is a kind of very famous technique that is being used in the other countries. I haven't seen it done very much except done by Mahinda. Mahinda does it very, very well. And I was trying to emulate some things that Mahinda does and what others are doing. So this is one of my experiments. I've been doing a bit of this as well. Kind of a new genre, I would call it. Take a traditional, normal color picture, convert it to black and white, convert it into almost like a pen sketch, and then partially color it. Inspired by the fact that we were locked down in the last month or two, and we are forgetting what different cities look like. So this is one of my images that I call the fading memories of Kandy. Fading memories of Colombo, because we couldn't even go to Colombo city. So this is again something very similar. Works very well with architectural images, but not so well with others. Night and day, using a single image, another experiment. Our creative group actually did a lot of lighting related exercises or challenges. We were doing a single light, one subject, 5 different images kind of challenge. And I took this particular vase with a artificial flower there, and I lit it from one side and came out with this very kind of sensual kind of picture. And I have a series of that I've done. And this is with 2 lights, the same vase, but and the same flowers, but in a different angle, with some other flowers and things strewn along on the table. This is the same subject lit in different angles, so you can come up with different imagery of the same subject if you know how to use lighting properly. Again, one of our creative group challenges that we were working on. And when a photographer is not having anything to photograph, you ultimately end up taking a photograph of your camera also. And this is one of the black and white pictures that I took of my Fujifilm camera. Well, that brings me to the Capture This and certain things that I wanted to suggest and tell you all. Why take part in the Capture This? This is important to understand. It is not about winning always. It is not about winning and winning at any cost. It actually gives us a chance to test our skill in a competitive setting or an environment. This is important because we think that all pictures that we take are the best pictures that are there in the world. We don't think that there's any flaw in them. But others, when they see it, they can tell you what is wrong or what can be done to improve that. So you get a free assessment of your work when you submit for the competition, the monthly competition. After this, and you get free feedback. Okay, if you did this, you could have done, got a better result. So if you join this open judging, you get the feedback, and that feedback you have to use it positively. It can be very negative at the time that it is said, but if you use that, it can be a very positive thing to improve your photography. And always think beyond the Capture This, because Capture This is only a setting where a few people take part in a competition. You can win the highest marks, but if that particular image is taken and submitted to another international competition or another competition, probably it will not get selected because it does not meet to the standard, because these pictures are only judged against a few images that are sent for judging. But at the same time, remember, when you keep on doing this and keep on improving your image bank, you build up a large portfolio. So if you want to actually conduct an exhibition, share on social media, or even take part in competitions, you have a large portfolio to work with. If you don't do that, if you're just submitting for the sake of submitting and with flaws and deficiencies, you're not going to gain anything. You're not going to go anywhere. So remember that. What you should know, these are things that you have to virtually know by heart. You have to understand the rules of the particular competition. If it is Capture This, what are the rules? What are the requirements and what are the expectations that the judges or the competition has? Comply with those. And you have to know what is permissible and what in different sections and what is not permissible. In open color, open mono, and assignment. Now today, it's only a assignment, one category only. You can submit either monochrome or color. You can do anything that you want. It can be a single image just straight off the camera, or it can be a composite, can be anything that you have done with imagery, provided that those images have been captured by you. But when it comes to the travel and wildlife or nature, there are restrictions. So unless you know what is permissible and not permissible, you will submit something which is going to get rejected. I showed you a couple of examples about interpreting the assignment. Movement was interpreted wrong by majority. Read the assignment, the narration given, interpret it in a way it is artistic, and submit an image. Remember the timelines. I remember a very interesting experience. Those days we used to cut off the acceptance of the monthly competition submissions at 10 o'clock in the night on a particular day. And one day a gentleman called me and asked, why can't you give me 2 more hours till 12 midnight? Now, this is on the last day at 10 o'clock in the night. He's asking me, can I have 2 more hours? Now, having had almost 1 month or more to submit, even if I give him another 1 month, he's not going to submit. Remember that there are timelines and the timelines have to be met. So it's very important. Remember, it is a competition. You can win, you can lose. But also remember that every image can be enhanced. But remember, the enhancement must be to make them better, not to degrade the quality of the picture. Once again, I repeat, what you see and feel and what judges see and feel are different. So don't get disheartened, don't get disappointed. Before you submit, check whether there are any technical flaws in your images or pictures. Does it evoke emotion? Is there a story being told, or is there a visual feeling in that picture where somebody is going to like it? Otherwise, it's just going to get thrown out. And also, does it fulfill the requirements and the rules? It is very important to check this once again. Remembering is one, but checking it again. Do vary your style. If you continue to submit the same thing over and over again, the judges also will get kind of weary about seeing the same old thing. Change what you're submitting, experiment, be innovative. And I've seen many situations where people try to imitate others. I think there's a lot of opportunity and room for people to innovate and come up with new things. I have seen very many new innovative things coming out from Manju, never done at PSSL. Absolutely fantastic creations. Those are things that one must do. You have to be consistent. If you're taking part in the competition, you have to submit every month, plan, understand what the requirements are, have your images ready, and submit on time. When you get feedback at the open judging, use that feedback positively, as I said earlier. That negative comments are the most important comments. Positives will make you feel good, but the negatives are where you can improve on. If you don't listen to the negatives, you will never improve. Challenge yourself to improve, because just because you got 5 points in one month does not mean that you're going to get 5 points every month for all your images. Keep on improving, keep on innovating, submitting different things. Do not expect high marks for all your images, because judges would see it differently. Do not expect the high scoring images to do well in other competitions. As I said that earlier, because they are being judged in a particular setting. You have only a few images to judge. You submit that to an international competition where there are 5,000 images. It's just 1 out of 5,000, and it has to definitely stand out if it is even to be accepted. And a different set of judges, and different judges see things differently. And whatever happens, don't get disappointed. Continue to submit. And check these things before you submit. Are there technical flaws? Am I repeating this? No. Does your image evoke emotion, tell a story, or visually appealing? Requirements. Have you submitted this before? If you have, take it out, as I've done a couple of times. Has it been accepted or won at any other competitions? If it is so, take it out. Remember, once again, it's a competition. Your submissions are judged against those submitted by others. You can stand out or you can just get thrown out. Every image can be enhanced. I'm repeating that again. I'm repeating again, what you see and what you feel are different to what the judges see and what judges feel. Also remember, judges are human. They have their special interests. A certain person who prefers, we'll say, slow motion or slow shutter, will have a liking for that. Somebody else has a different liking, he will give high marks to those. So judges are also humans. They will have their special interest areas, and also as humans, they also make mistakes, as I showed you in that monochrome image. So it's a competition. Take it as it comes. Use it productively and positively. Thank you. And if there are any questions, I'm ready to answer. Any questions, or have I given too much now? Everyone is quiet.
Not a question, Sam, but a comment, like a well-organized presentation.
Thank you.
Really, I had a great time.
Sam,
yes.
Sam, excellent presentation.
Thanks, Neela. Thank you.
I really enjoyed it.
Sam?
Yes.
Sam, you said that the images have to be visually appealing.
Yes.
Yeah, so what about someone who wants to do, you know, like a dark theme? Like
still
horror.
It still can be visually appealing, because it's the theme. If you're doing for a theme, there are lots of kind of horror movie kind of images that I have seen, but as a photographic art kind of thing, fabulous creations. So it's something that you can do. It's not the subject matter, but whether it is visually appealing, somebody gets connected to that image, and whether that image will remain in the mind of the person who is viewing it.
Even
so
if
visually
it
appealing does not necessarily mean only color or a happy situation only.
Okay, right. Thanks.
I have had that similar question as Sam. Sometimes some of my photographs, I am aspiring to create discomfort in the person who's seeing it, to feel what I was feeling. So I have had that question that Manju asked. Yeah.
I think it's still acceptable, not an issue as such. It depends on what you want to do. Once again, if it is a competition, sometimes it may not come up into the ranking. But if your objective is to create a portfolio of images on a particular theme, it can still be visually appealing. But competition is different. Competition, you're being judged against so many other things, other images that are laid on a table or on a computer screen. That's where the line is drawn.
Sam, this is Jailat. Yes, can I ask you a basic technical
please.
question? It's a wonderful presentation. Learned a lot and enjoyed a lot. Technical stuff. Now, when you do composites, how do you remove the background? What type of tool do you use to remove the background so natural?
I use Photoshop predominantly, and in Photoshop you can do it in different ways. I don't know whether you took part in it as a member of the creative group. You would have had the opportunity of following some of those sessions that I did, the 6 sessions. In that,
I missed some of those. Yes, I missed some of those.
Probably would have missed it. There are different ways of doing it, and I have shown some of the easier ways of doing it, and some of the members actually picked it up pretty fast. It's not different.
There are websites where
there are lots
background
of
removes very quickly. Sometimes it leaves some traces of other
No,
images. Okay.
it is very difficult unless the demarcation of the boundary is very clear. Unless the edge is very clear, the separation is not going to be that easy. But with once you start using Photoshop and once you start mastering the techniques, you can do it in a fairly decent short period of time. It's not just one click away, but it takes a little while.
Thank you.
Sam, this is sorry.
Yeah, no, I finished. I just thank him. Thank you. Go ahead, Laya.
Thanks, Shailat. So Sam, this is more a comment than anything else, and I think some of the stuff that you basically said are extremely important. I'm a PSSL member because of Sam, that is to say, to begin with. And I pride myself to be a reasonably good technical photographer. And most of the people who look at my photographs say that, well, they're pretty good and all that. Until I submitted to the Capture This some time back, and my photographs got shred to pieces. But I think that taught me a lot of things, and then I think I have learned a lot from Sam. And first of all, I was completely dead against Photoshop. I was never using Photoshop, but I think Sam and me quite reluctantly accepted his position on Photoshop, and I'm now actually using Photoshop. So effectively, there are a lot of things that Sam said, and I think I basically said that don't keep the Guru Mushti, and I don't think he kept the Guru Mushti. He actually came up with everything that basically makes you a good photographer, and I'm learning still. And thank you very much, Sam.
Thanks, Laya. Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Sam, do you do a research on the judges before you submit images?
No. I don't do that because that's
because I have heard some of the
there are unfortunately this competition has become a kind of a rat race and a money-making venture. You see these international competitions spawning almost every day. Every day I get at least two emails because I had registered for some competition somewhere. I get at least 2 emails saying that the first international Malmo, whatever else, competition is starting. First international competition. Then they start with another name. It keeps on going. It's actually a kind of a cartel that has developed. Where people get together, they create some kind of a name and put some judges together, make money. So I actually I have nothing against that, but as a practice, I don't take part in too many competitions. I take part in the PSSL competition and a recognized competition which has been there for a few years, at least a few years. I don't submit for the first one because you don't know who it is. So no, answering your question, I know there are a lot of people who study the judges, study their preferences, study their styles, and then they create or copy with pride, I think, the images that others have done and submit. And if that makes you a better photographer and a better individual, good luck with that.
Sam, I have one question. So before that, so this is my first session, I think maybe after such a long time with PSSL. So thank you for adding me first. And then it's a good session that I'm really enjoying it, and I learned a lot on the first one. So thank you. And I have a question. Like, when you did the composites, you said that for a certain picture it took 3 months. What is the reason for that?
Okay, I had a sketchy idea of what I wanted to do, and I started. I'm not a very organized person when it comes to these composites. When I say organized, I don't do as an engineer, I would be organized in such a way that I will have a blueprint of what I'm going to do. But in photography, in composites, I'm the complete opposite. I don't do that. I don't, except for 1 or 2, I have never sketched what I'm going to achieve. So it's all in my mind. And I thought, okay, there are some components from different pictures that I have already captured. If I put them together, I can tell a story. So it's a story that I'm trying to convey. And then the placements of these subjects, the proportions, the colors, all those things actually have to match. So in that particular, that particular image, actually it took 3 months because I kept on changing it. I was not happy. I did all sorts of iterations in terms of colors, the positions and the scale, the proportions, the subjects, all sorts of things. I actually did the first almost the final version. And then I realized that the nun is walking in the opposite direction. And I had to switch, flip the image to make it appear as if the nun is walking towards the church. Otherwise, it would have been a different story. So when you start doing composites, sometimes it takes time because it's a story that's mapped in your mind and being created on the computer, on a screen. Every time you look, chances are there that you want to do something slightly different or completely different or manipulate that further. That's why it took 3 months. And some others I have done in a less than an hour also, but it varies. Depends on the complexity, I would say. Hope that answered your question.
I think so. I think so. So then I get the idea that, you know, sometimes this picture that you have finalized in 3 months, you know, maybe with your mind changing, it might continue for a couple of more months and it might end up as a different picture.
Absolutely, because right now I'm looking at that picture probably after 2 years. I feel that I can change the colors.
That's what I realized.
I can change the colors and it will look different.
Okay.
And you know, the picture of the train, which looks as if it's
the moving train.
Moving train. Yeah. I've done a few iterations of that without the clock, with the clock, different colors. So it's all art. So it's nothing permanent in the world of art. I think there's no final end to it.
Adding to that, Sam, after all, the Mona Lisa was not created in a day or two.
Absolutely.
Thank you very much for that wonderful
That's true. That's true.
Any other questions?
Sam, do we have a plan to do any follow-up sessions for the Photoshop sessions you did, like the future?
Well, I wanted to, but right now I've been talking to Naomi. The way forward for the not only the creative group, but in totality, I think the committee will have to look at the way forward, because we have too many activities, in my personal opinion, and it may be taxing too much on the committee as well as on the members. So look at it, and then we can work towards what needs to be done. And we can, if necessary, we can even expand. You know, we did it only for the creative group, but you can look at a larger audience. To, you know, the demystifying part is the most important part, because majority don't know how to use Photoshop in the first place. Majority of the members, not those who are taking part essentially, but members.
Can I make a request from you, Sam?
Yes, please.
Is it possible for you to share some of your beautiful photographs in the PSSL gallery as well? Because that would be a very nice thing. I don't know how you feel about it, but
well, I'll talk to you about it later, personally.
Okay. All right. Okay.
I have my ideas here.
Thank you.
Sam, I have a non-photographic question.
Sure.
One of the photographs you showed, one of those creative setups that you had done, there was a fountain pen. What was that fountain pen?
The pen.
The pen, yeah.
Can't remember. It's a fountain pen. It's a fountain.
I'll connect with you offline.
I can't remember. I actually haven't used it for a long while. It was in my drawer. I pulled out some of those things and I'll tell you what it is.
I'm a collector of fountain pens, Sandeep.
Oh, you are?
I guess you have another one to join the club, Hiran.
Yes.
And there was a ink bottle as well. I don't know where you got it from.
That's a Parker Quink one, right? That pen
Yeah.
looks like a Pelican golden nib one. I was
Yeah, I think the emblem was there.
I can't remember. No, it's not a Montblanc.
No, it's not a Montblanc.
It's not Montblanc. It's actually, they used it about 10 years ago, and it was lying in one of my drawers. I can't remember even. Not a cross. No, can't remember.
I think it's a
I'll let you know
Schaeffer.
what it is.
I think it's a Schaeffer, Sandeep.
It is a Schaeffer. It
The
is a Schaeffer.
triangle, yeah, I think it's a Schaeffer.
Yeah, you're right.
looked like a
It's a
pelican. That's why I was curious. Like, where did you find that?
The Schaeffer. Funny, how are you? Long time no see. Very quiet. He's not there.
No, he's here. He's on mute though.
Any
Sam,
other
the session
questions?
was,
Otherwise,
Sam, the session was very nice. You have really matured in your creativity. Brilliant. It's really nice.
thank you, Hiran. We started together, if you remember. The two Hirans and Sam, 2008.
Yeah.
Class of 2008.
2008, yeah. Good old days.
Good old days, yes.
Yeah. But
Funny title.
I still remember, Sam, even at that time, you had the best of cameras because you had Metropolitan at that time.
Yeah, but I still probably have the best of the cameras, but I still don't take the best of the pictures.
That, of course, I don't accept.
You've been very modest, Sam.
Well,
That is
When
one
he
of
has
the-
messaged, he's on a desktop and he doesn't have a mic on the desktop.
okay.
But he must be on a cycle somewhere.
On a desktop.
Funny. Not at this time, no? Anything else?
Any other questions or anything else? Otherwise, we can wind up. Varna, I hope you're using your cameras and you're using the techniques that we have discussed.
I'm actually flabbergasted.
I was suggesting to him that he has to give a presentation now.
Yeah, why not Astro photography?
Yeah, he cannot get away from that anymore.
Okay, I can easily do Astro. I had to find my pictures now. They
There
are
you
not
are.
being. There was no Astro for last about 18 months. And thing is, there was a talk about having Astro group in PSSL, isn't it? I mean, is it going on or is it not being convened?
That sort of died down,
Yeah, okay.
Varna, because there were not many
People.
interested, yes, parties. So
Yeah. Okay.
we were actually talking about you, and there were only a couple of others who were really interested. So
yeah.
There's
We'll
a
see
group that
one.
was giving presentation, right, Naomi?
yes, that's what. I'll just try to find a contact of them from Romesh, and I'll just talk to you about
Notwithstanding
it.
that, you still can actually give a presentation.
By the way, the title of this competition, Capture This, was coined by me.
Oh, there you go. Congratulations.
2009, I think. And the first set of rules were also written down by me.
It's still going on.
Still going on.
Yes.
Yeah, but then this was a fantastic talk though. I learned huge amount of things just sitting down and listening to you.
That's a
I was
comment
actually
from
trying.
Moni on the chat.
I was trying to cull the number of pictures that I was going to show, because when I first started, I had, when you do this, as I said, you start building up a portfolio, and you end up with about 200-300 images, which are actually reasonably good, which can be accommodated. But I had to cull a lot of images from this because it has to be narrowed down to a creative decided the capture this part, in terms of my work.
Sam, Fonny has a suggestion to show the originals as well next time, if possible, so that people can refer
that would
to.
have taken 3 hours.
Actually, I actually
Maybe.
go to the capture these open judging sessions, whether I have submissions or not, because I think the comments that you get, and as you said, the judges' feelings and how they look at, is a tremendous way of learning what to do and what not to do. I've been learning a lot from those capture these open judging sessions.
True. Very true. As long as you don't take them personally.
Well, I mean, that's as Sam said. I think I mean, I think I submitted several, and some of them actually got shred to pieces, especially by people like Mahinda. But those were pretty good. Opened my eyes.
Until and unless somebody actually gives you a feedback that concept that we have the best camera, best pictures that we take, and we have to win sort of.
Yeah, I think the problem was that I was getting into a sense of security because people around me and people who look it in the Facebook and say, "Oh, what nice photographs and everything," you say, "Oh, you're a good photographer." Hell, until you actually meet the real good photographers like you, and you get shred to pieces.
I guess it goes the other way around as well, right?
Yeah,
it goes the other way around as well. If you're insecure about your images.
That is true.
Yeah, that is true. That is true.
What time is it?
Let me tell you, it is 12:31.
Oh my God.
Not that bad.
No, I'm actually not really working today or tomorrow, so that's all good. I'm quite happy to be there.
Answering Fonny's or commenting on Fonny's suggestion, yes, it is possible. Probably take a few pictures and show the sequence of the process in which it has been done to get the final image. Not all. All would be difficult because.
I think we did that. I think we did that in the Photoshop.
I did part of them. I did that. I did that to the creative group.
Sam, I'm quite interested in your very first photograph that you took, and you said that I think you said that it got shredded into bits or something.
Yes.
That the man with a cigarette smoke thing.
Yeah.
I just would like
almost
to know
got shredded.
Almost, yeah, true.
It was shredded by one individual actually.
So I just want to know what the shredding was, because I mean, I just would like to know what the problem was.
Actually, looking back in hindsight, I can say, okay, I'm happy that it got accepted. Otherwise, I would have probably dropped out, not become a member of PSSL even, because I was not getting any acceptances. But looking back, let me see whether I can get the picture back. The issues were actually, it's just a front, full frontal kind of a picture, straight in the face. The background, and the picture wasn't sharp enough. I had actually sharpened it when I submitted, but the background is a little too clumsy, overexposed, and his skin texture is, you have lost. I have lost a lot of details on that, and under the eye sockets are dark. Eyes are not visible. So now looking back, I can actually critique this image and say, okay, even the 1 point was too much.
Did you say it is not sharp enough?
It is not sharp enough.
So Sam, so why are you saying that it is not sharp enough? So what's your
when I look at it in the full screen with on a proper screen, I don't see the details.
Is the focus on his hand, Sam?
The focus
you
was
see the
actually
focus-
on the eye. I think focus was okay, but my aperture probably didn't match what I was taking because
Okay, so you mean the depth of field?
depth of field is also to be blamed because the texture is not coming out and the sharpness is not there. Maybe the shutter speed was also little too slow.
Right.
Maybe I can't remember the settings at all. But it's not sharp now compared to the pictures that I take. I know definitely it is not sharp enough.
But the thing is, I will accept that.
Sorry.
I would
I'm
accept
actually
that the
grappling
background.
with all the time the sharpness of my photographs.
Sorry, no, I'm sorry. I'm
This is
losing
something
both of you.
grappling the sharpness of the photographs that I take. I have to figure out why.
Yeah, if you share with me, then I can have a look at it and then tell you what the issues
Sure,
are.
I'll submit a few.
Yeah. Sorry, Varna, you were trying to say something.
Yeah, the thing is, what I was trying to say is that background is, I can accept that the background is bit blown. That bit I can accept, but then I can't imagine that they said that your picture was sort of not sharp in that sort of sense. I'm not really sure.
A lot of calls that they actually, I can accept that they were. I was a novice, as I said, and I would have framed it differently. I would have taken it in a different angle. Of course, I had a series of pictures of this man. I'm sure Hiran would have also had, but for some reason or the other, I selected this particular picture probably because of that smoke coming out of his mouth. But okay, for a competition, not good enough in my mind also now. For a competition, but as a picture, maybe yes, maybe okay, acceptable.
I think the key word is that we are speaking in the context of a competition.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Yeah.
And this was darkroom work, wasn't it, Sam?
No. I never was in a dark room. I was born in the light room.
But I thought this was a printed copy.
Printed in a print shop.
Okay. So not a film.
No, this is not film. This is digital. This is digital.
Okay.
I was never in the film era.
That is actually unfortunate, Sam, because the film era was fun.
Probably,
He's not that old, Varna.
No, I'm not. I'm just only showing my age. That's it.
This is one thing I regret, Varna. Never getting into photography back in the day. I actually dabbled with a SLR, and I became very good at black or white photography. Do you know what it is? Black or white?
No.
It's either completely underexposed and black or completely overexposed and white. Just couldn't get the hang of it.
Okay.
And I gave up.
I mean, the thing is, so my first camera was a Pentax Spotmatic. If you can even remember that camera, but I still has got mine though. So I have sort of got it serviced and sort of got it wrapped up and kept it. So, but I have got lots of pictures from that, but they are all in Sri Lanka, and I think they are all got white patches in it.
Right.
That's the problem.
Actually, I gave my darkroom the developing tank to Varna.
Yeah, it's with me. Yeah, that is a historical piece which I'm keeping.
Historical, shows my age.
That was never ever intended, Dukilan.
But he was fast on the uptake. He was very fast on the uptake. All right.
Yep.
Okay then. Sam, thank you very much for an interesting presentation, and The
Thank you.
discussion was as interesting. And thank you everyone for joining. Next session will be capture this open judging session next Tuesday, starting at 6:30. So let's try to join the session and relive what Sam spoke about today. Until such time, stay safe. Good night.